Greetings, YouTube. Many people online are familiar with Reddit. Reddit is a place that I avoid like the plague. I consider Reddit to be the deepest, ugliest cesspool there is on the internet. I consider it worse than YouTube comments or 4chan. Why? Because Redditors seem to like to pass themselves off as being reasonable folks that are just having a free speech discussion while using that as a smoke screen for some of the ugliest, most horrible, vile things that they can conceive of, both in general broad terms and aimed at specific people. In my opinion, it is a pox upon the internet. And I just want nothing to do with it because of that. People tell me that there are excellent subreddits out there that discuss topics that I myself would be interested in, but I would have to wade through a great deal of crap to literally to find them, and it just really isn't worth my time. You'll have to forgive the noise in the background. The kitten's playing. My wife is currently trying to dissuade her. She's probably not going to have much success. But I was distraught to discover recently that one of the subreddit forums, Red Pill Forum, was created by an elected Republican official here in my state of New Hampshire. Now, when he created it, he was not an elected official, but he is now, and he's under investigation because of the fact he created the Red Pill Forum. And there are people calling for his censure and his asking for him to step down, because let's remember that part of his constituency, half of his constituency, are women, and they are not thrilled with the idea that their representative created a forum which is all about misogyny and pro-rape comments. Now, Representative Fisher says he is no longer involved with this, but he created it. He laid down the foundations, and he was involved in it intimately in many public discussions where he discussed misogynistic topics. And that's horrible. And yes, that's his free speech. But it's our free speech to say it's horrible. And it's our free speech to say, hey, if you're my elected official, I'm not comfortable with you remaining in that position now that I know you hold these horrible, horrible ideas and that you're willing to discuss them publicly, that you are trying to spread them and further their inclusion in our society. I'm just not comfortable with that, folks. Now, I don't live in Laconia, so he's not my representative, but he is someone's representative, and half of those, actually slightly more than half of them, because women make up for slightly more than half of the American population, are women, and they're not happy with this guy. And I think they have every right to publicly discuss the fact that they're not happy with him and call for his removal from that position. I think that's a reasonable response to discovering that your representative is a horrible human being. If I discovered one of my representatives was a Nazi, I would want to call for that person's removal because they hold a worldview which is ugly and is not worthy of legitimizing, of endorsing. And I would not want them to be my representative once it was publicly discovered that they were in fact a Nazi. So calling for this guy's censure, this guy's removal, is a really reasonable response to this situation. The Red Pill Forum is ugly. The whole Red Pill meme that surrounds the anti-feminist movement is ugly. They are a bunch of people that deeply need help. They're not getting it, and living inside that misogynistic pro-rape echo chamber is not helping anybody. Not helping them. It's not helping society at large. And they most definitely should not be representing people in our government.